Oh, Merry Smurfing Christmas from the Grass Factor. Happy New Year. How is everybody doing? My name is Matt. Sometimes I go by the Grass Factor. Martin. Today is our very special day. Why? Because every year we host our own personal segment that we call We Care Lawn Care. And that is what you have signed up for in this final countdown of the 2024. One of the wilder years on record. It seems like everyone thought to themselves, my God, we had COVID-19. How could it get any worse than 2020? Well, I tell you what, we've done nothing but just ramp up the edgelord on top of it to make sure everyone's really uncomfortable. But with all the hysteria that's going on, we take a moment, we take a night out of our schedules to give back to the people that keep on keeping on in the face of adversity, and that is St. Jude. And of course, along with that, we're going to have our regular characters here. We have Ryan DeMay and Ray Ito, but we have someone creeping around in the background.
Ho, 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 boys. OG Santa's back, and he's so happy that y'all kept the seat warm. I can't wait for Santa to kick back tonight with the boys.
Santa, I got a Santa's on whiskey, so you know it's good. Santa, have you delivered any updated turf guides to the gentlemen of turf that have graced us with their presence this year?
Oh, yes, Matt. Yeah, my boy Hungry Southerner, he's got the best guide out here, and I've been delivering it to all the good warm season and cool season boys and girls out there. Unfortunately, Aldo's on the naughty list this year, so he didn't get one.
I got to ask, did any, so I would say above and beyond, our show favorite this year was Ron Lemon, also known as Ron Henry. Did you bring Ron Henry any updated turf guides?
Oh yeah. Oh, Captain Ron, yeah. Boy, we got a new guide just for him. It's all fungicide all the time. Just water it in and water it in.
I like where this is going. If it could not have gotten any better, somehow, Santa, you have managed to find a way to take it to another level. So appreciative of that. And so for those of you that don't know, when we do this every year, because we are assholes, we're not scumbags. We are definitely on the rough and rowdier side. And so in our effort to give back, what do we try to do every year? We try to put our money where our mouth is, and we give it to people that can actually do great things with it. And who is that? That is St. Jude. The whole purpose of this whole thing is for us to be able to give back to St. Jude. For those of you that have ever managed to go through however many years of your life without being affected by cancer, and hey, kudos to you. But the thing is that I don't think there's anyone listening right now that is not including our own members of our community. I know it has affected many people personally. We have our very own Miggity right now, who's undergoing cancer treatment, and just one hell of a story. His son was a donor of bone marrow for a bone marrow transplant, as he is actively fighting that. Of course, Sean has been touched by cancer. You see him there with the St. Jude hero sticker on his hat, and so to be able to have everybody come together and do this is actually special. When we first did this in year one, we raised over $9,000. I think with company matching, it was over $10,000. Last year, we had an absolute blowout of $20,000. And we hope we can do the same thing, because for as much of assholes as we are, at the end of the day, what this really is about is finding the little bit of good and steering into it, right? And that is one thing that we try to take away from all this, is that inside all of us, as degenerate as we are, there is some good in there. And so we try to put our money where our mouth is and make it count with who can make it count. And I don't think there's any greater facility on earth that can make a dollar count than St. Jude. And if anyone has anything negative to say about St. Jude, by all means, I will fucking fight you. Because that is what I do. I fight on air, I fight off air, and I will fucking fight you too. And that's just how it's going to be. So we're going to kick this off. We Care Lawn Care. DeMay is in the house. Ryan, Smurfing DeMay just gave the countdown. I am rapidly punching the number 0 mysteriously on my keyboard right now, and I have no idea what's just happening. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Ray. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing?
Well,
I'm good.
I'm taking all my winnings from Ohio State, beating the Tears.
It
Still sounds lawn care.
Yeah, you should
like
take all those winnings and put it into making yourself be heard through your microphone instead of your laptop. Let's if you're gonna come in throwing heat about the Volunteers' tears, then by God, you better come on with your microphone so we can hear you loud and clear. Now we can't hear you at all, DeMay. Now we can't hear you at all. In typical Ohio State fashion.
He's shut himself up.
With the guns blazing. Guns blazing.
Not working.
Get the damn remote. Get the microphone to connect. We got delayed DeMay. Look at the comments from the crowd. Speaking of the Volunteers, hey Santa, I got to ask, who are you rooting for this year?
Oh, that's a tough one. I was going for Bama coming into the playoffs early, but everybody wanted a shot at that last one. Oh, Santa's probably hot on Texas right now. I think that's our best shot. I think Ohio State will take it in a pooper here pretty soon. We don't have to worry about them.
Man, wouldn't that be something if Texas, newly elected to the SEC, ends up taking it all? Wow, that would be fantastic. I'm not going to lie there. Santa, I got to ask, what is the greatest? What is the greatest division in NCAA football?
Well, Santa can't be partial to anybody, but if Santa was a betting man, he would say the Southeastern Conference is probably the best in the world. All state, all world champions in anything and everything. Probably girls ping pong twice on Thursdays.
I don't know how anybody can argue with Santa. Santa comes out just with biblical like accuracy here to describe the great things about the world. And so far, what we have rounded up is that we have new guides that is all fungicide all the time, going to Ron Lemon, and now we have him predicting an SEC NCAA football championship, and the SEC is the greatest conference worldwide. I don't know if we can top this. Santa, if you had to pick a favorite firearm round, what is your favorite round? This is a trick question.
That's a tough one. But old Santa, he's smart. He's a 50 cal, man. You want to come with a little heat. When you're coming off the reindeer, the sled, you need to have some firepower.
Santa, I was going to say 104 millimeters.
No, that's just impractical. That's just impractical.
Santa had the idea for the A10 Warthog slot. It didn't work out.
Yeah, Santa, what is the likelihood that we can get a live carry, either trunk carry or sidearm carry, Gatlin that's off the A10?
Oh, Santa, he doesn't like to predict things about what's going to happen here in about a month or two, but I'd say it's highly likely.
Thanks, Santa. You really give me some high hopes on what to expect there, because my goodness, the idea of having one of those in the back of the Accord there really does wet my whistle. I will say that.
Woo! We just got to watch out for the chemtrails. I know that gets Ray going, so we just don't. Santa had to put the tinfoil hat on.
If we could just stop the driver from just flying all over the country spreading chemtrails, the commercial passenger service is just a cover, guys. It's all a cover for driver.
It is, and we all know that, and it's been there, but it is. It is. So I want to run this back one more time. All right. Hang on here. hang on. Let me get my window situated. We've started this out, and I want to make it clear. If you did not catch, if you're just tuning in, you don't realize what we're doing. We are raising money for St. Jude tonight. This is our We Care Lawn Care special. We do this every year, and boy, oh boy, I just want to go ahead and read off some of the people that have already contributed to it. We have Aldo, we have Timmy, the Girthquake Bluegrass, and of course the Burn and Return boys here. So, man, we're getting going. We are kicking this off. Again, we raised over $20,000 last year. We're going to see if we can do it again. I want everybody to do me a favor right now that's listening. I know everyone belongs to these Facebook face crack groups that are out there. Hop in a lawn care and want to share and explain exactly what we're doing. The Burn and Return guys are doing their We Care Lawn Care event where we've got a whole night dedicated to shitting on people, and we are going to shit on people in a very public way in an effort to raise money for St. Jude. Because again, we would like these dollars to go towards people that can actually do good in the world, and because we are probably not the most qualified candidates of being able to do good in the world, we're gonna let St. Jude handle it because they are the real heroes of the group. So there we go. Outside of that, J-Ping, if you don't mind, I'm going to step away real quick and play some of this. So, Santa, talk to us real quick. What are some of the great things that you can try to predict about lawn care in 2025?
Oh, that's an easy one for Santa. I think crabgrass is going to make a big comeback this year based on the warm temperatures. We're all going to be figuring out how to manicure that with the old Goose Dallas hybrid. That's going to be the thing this year is hybrid goosegrass. This global warming thing is a bunch of nonsense. It's just a new opportunity to grow some new excellent varieties that nothing will touch. I'm sure DeMay's on board. He's interested in all growing that weird stuff up north next to Santa Claus's house, the Great White North, north of the border, north of the SEC. So I'm thinking, maybe a goose poa kind of thing is going to be all the rage. Santa's got a big, big case of the Dallas grass in his backyard, so it's no big deal. We just gonna grow it out and round it up. Perhaps you've seen my guide from my buddy here. Everybody's going to want one of these this season. It's got everything you need. And some things you don't. You probably, this is a little advanced. Maybe too advanced for some. Don't worry about that, though. We'll hold on to that for later.
That is not just a guide there. That is a lifestyle. That is a way of life. That is a difference maker is what it is. Everybody's concerned about PFAS right now, but you really need to be concerned about is Santa's guide. Santa's guide is one of a kind. And by the way, gentlemen, I can't remember the rules here, but I kind of wanted to tease for, yeah. Let me do like this. We're gonna start with a little tease here. Is that readable? No, it's not. Let's try it again. We're just gonna say there's a dollar amount that has to be hit, but if you hit a dollar amount, you're gonna be receiving some custom swag here. Oh my God. If you see this here, so customizable with written on it what you want. But what we have is the Grass Factor Nutscaping blanket here. And I got to say, this is incredibly soft. It's not just soft. It will keep you warm. But most importantly is that when you lay down with this, you will be delighted to know that 3 of the finest pair of testicles will be by your side and by your face every night that you go to bed. You feel like you need to snuggle up next to something? Could be Ray's, could be Ryan's testicles right there on your chin. I'll never forget one of my final days of playing basketball was the time a guy who went on to go play in the NBA, he dunked over me and he said, "Nuts on your face," as he dunked over me. And I knew right then and there, I was like, yep, I'm not a basketball player after all. But if I ever need to relive those humbling experiences to bring me back down to, planet Earth, I can always think back because I have my own set of nutscaping blankets here that I can rest my face on. And I can have nuts on my face whenever I need them. Or just enjoy the beautiful nutscaping set we have here with lawn stripes and all. Of course, it doesn't have to say the Grass Factory. You can write whatever name you wanted. You can write on it "fuck driver." You can write on it just Ron Lemon. You can.
There's a limit of 14 characters.
There's a limit of 14 characters. So you know, we can parse that out. Let's see. Alan Hain, Little Man Syndrome. Does that fit?
Absolutely. I bet Mrs. Claus would sleep on that.
Probably,
I'm not.
It's angled at the foot of the bed. You know, the nuts are facing towards. I bet you Mrs. Claus might turn it around. You know, sleep with it upside down. Saying, get those nuts a little closer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. And you know, Santa
being upside down, going towards your face. You know, that you just feel comfortable sleeping that way.
Oh, the old reverse teabag. Oh yeah, Santa's a huge fan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, as a matter of fact, we're gonna see.
It is a surprisingly soft blanket.
Asami, I know you're listening right now. I love you, sweetheart. I am so sorry. I have the greatest wife in the entire world. I just teabagged myself with a pair of probably my own testicles, actually, and I don't know how to recover from this.
Well, it won't be the last time.
It's an artist representation. You know, if think of it like this, folks, is if you know, our nuts were ever accused of a crime, and there had to be like an FBI sketch artist to come in and draw, you know, the boys. This is what they look like. This is what we asked for. So, you know, we didn't send them any pictures when they drew these. We just kind of described them, you know, as if you saw a murder or something like that to the sketch artist. So,
you know, look, we just to keep things fun and light and humorous, we hired an H-1B visa aficionado to draft this for us. We did not use AI. We actually contributed to the economy to be sent back home and then back out of the U.S. It's getting really controversial. Anyway, it was just a joke. There was just a ploy to be spicy. But we did have someone actually do this. It was just not made by Grok or Sam Altman or Google Foo or whatever else, Gemini, Virgo specialist or whatever. Hey, Santa, do you use any AI when you're doing your rounds?
Oh yeah. Rudolph is a hell of an AI. I tell you what, that guy, he can find a nut in a crowd, and here I am today.
Santa does.
We don't need H-1Bs at the North Pole, though. We're good.
Is there how much? Oh, you know, look, Santa, I'm going to be real with you right now. Okay, this is just between me and you.
Yeah, I'll get in close so I can hear.
Yeah. It's a testimony. You know, look, there's a lot of illicit methylated amphetamine use right now, especially in rural areas. Is that?
Yeah, like Knoxville. Knoxville is huge on this.
Yeah. Do you let the elves, you know what I'm saying? The elves, you know, like get down on it.
Oh yeah. Santa's a libertarian. As long as you are hurting Santa, he's fine. You do whatever you want to yourself. It's no problem. All the elves have guns, it's fine.
Excellent.
It's a happy place up north.
By the way, did you deliver any hand grenade dropping drone devices to our friends in Ukraine for Christmas?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, but by the tens of thousands. Santa's pro Ukraine.
Good.
It's good for the elves at the workshop. Keeps them busy all year.
I think we've made a lot of good piss people off inflammatory statements there, so got a little bit out of the way. Again, want to circle back. If everybody's in these Facebook face crack groups, I'm not kidding. Fucking spam this. Take the link to this video right now and spam it. Plug it in there. Make them watch us and suffer along. Look at the donors we have coming in right now. Again, we do this every year to give back to the fucking people that actually make a difference in this world. And we would be lying to you if we said it was us. And so we ask you to give money to St. Jude. St. Jude, it tackles the absolute most horrific job that must exist in this entire world, and that is to tackle childhood cancer. It saves countless lives. It does the most spectacular, unmeasurable good in the world of possibly any organization that has ever existed. I just want you to take for a second and picture yourself that you come home from a day of work where you've been out spraying lawns. And it's been 100 degrees all day. You had a day where you had to pull hose in 100 degrees, and you're absolutely miserable. And you come to the door, and your child has an absolutely unbearable headache. And so you take them to the doctor. Your doctor refers you to a specialist. Again, this is all through the month of June. You're dog-ass tired every time. And then you get the phone call that they've performed a scan, and they believe there's cancer. And then they have to do a biopsy, and they doubly confirm that it is a cancerous tumor they found, and then you don't know what to do. You have no idea what to do. You just got the news that your 4-year-old, your 6-year-old, your 9-year-old has been diagnosed with cancer. And what do you do? And that is where institutions like St. Jude step in and do the absolute work of nothing short of what you could call the work of God. They do not expect you to pay $1, and they provide world-renowned, amazing care that you cannot find anywhere else in the world. And St. Jude does this purely because they can. They are the specialists, and so they extend their specialties to the people that are hurting the absolute worst by the most unfair, just horrific thing that any parent or child could have to go through, any family could have to go through, and the loved ones of families and the friends of families all have to suffer through this. And the one light or glimmer of hope in this entire situation are the specialists at St. Jude. And so what a better way to help them continue on doing what they do by contributing to their organization, because if it wasn't for the donations that come in, St. Jude wouldn't be able to do what they do. And so it's 100% our responsibility for us to get up here and be dick bags and make jokes and make dick jokes and teabag ourselves in front of the camera. But the reason why we're doing this is for the opportunity. Matt, teabagging is I'm gonna look. It's about the kids this time. I will gladly, 100% gladly teabag myself on air if indeed it generates additional dollars that get to go to an institution, an organization like St. Jude. So again, that is why we're here. And this is a good point here. So Jesse B, our internal lawyer that we have here, because we are so controversial, we have to have a lawyer on staff. Not only do we keep Santa on payroll, we keep a lawyer on payroll. And Jesse wants to know, Ryan, do you not have heat? Why the hell are you wearing multiple sweatshirts?
Oh, I always do. I'm always layered up. I wear a long sleeve shirt every day. I don't know. I'm more comfortable when it's I'm trying to make weight for the wrestling team. That's why. Looking over it, it's not working because my fucking computer's broke. But that's a whole nother thing. So I got. Let me see. I got a long sleeve. I got. Gotta get ready for the game, and then
just in case a football game breaks out any moment, I gotta have my OSU hoodie on.
Yeah, you might want to take that off, man. I think it's bad luck.
It did beat the Volunteers, which isn't saying much.
We're past luck, Santa. So
well, if Ole Miss had been that 3-loss team playing, it would have been a lot different. There's somebody out there said that. Not Santa. Oh, or Alabama, or somebody other than Tennessee. They. Oh Lord. Oh, that was not good for Santa's heart.
Be careful, Santa. We carry mustard and golf balls.
Oh yeah, he warned me before the game. Santa's had a close call with a few of those fans, up
I,
close and personal.
I can only
A lot,
imagine Santa and the
a
sleigh
lot of coal
cruising over
in West
Knoxville,
Virginia.
and here comes the golf balls.
A lot of coal in Tennessee too. Apparently, what I hear.
How much coal do you deliver to West Virginia, Santa?
Well, it's more about the moonshiners and meth heads there this year. we didn't have much time for coal.
And Santa, are you sourcing the clean burning coal now? Is that a thing for you?
Oh yeah, the reindeers make it every year out back. It's methylated for sure. We just hop out in the fire, burn it, make some steam or something. Oh, those hippies.
Methylated or mentholated? I thought all
Oh, who
the
knows? Santa actually likes Santa's a huge fan of global warming because we're bringing Bermuda to everybody next year. So it's good for the world. It's good for DeMay's business too. We just keep growing it farther and farther north of the border. The Mason-Dixon border is what Santa's talking about.
Santa's a man of my heart. Do y'all hear him over here? My God, he sounds like a real Southern boy, doesn't he? Goodness
We're
gracious.
going to have a long growing season.
What is the likelihood that we can rope Greenland into the southern states?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Maybe we should.
Most people think it's Iceland that's cold, but it's actually Greenland, so that might take a while.
We got to change the name to Kudzu Land, and everything will be fine. No the difference.
Make it kudzu great again. I once heard somewhere, somehow. Keeping on here. I want to give a big shout out again, Sean Smith. Thank you for all you do. I got to be careful there. Timmy, the Girthquake, Mike McMiniman. I got it out. Brent B. Allen. We love you, sir. Glad you're here. Telly Coleman, Telly and TK. I think I saw TK over in the chat there a little earlier. Ron Henry's White Crusty Taint. Ben Brinkman, shut the fuck up. Ben, you come in here every time, you make an absolute ruckus. No one can get a word in edgewise. And you've got to learn how to shut the fuck. That's an inside joke, by the way. Anybody that's listening right now, I would never tell Ben Brinkman to shut the fuck up unless it was in the context of that. You make too much noise, shut the fuck up. Louis Y. Again, Aldo and Will, thank all of you for contributing on this because, again, this goes to the people that can actually do something with this. We can't. The only thing we're going to do is get up here and rant and rave and make a whole bunch of noise. Matt Cincy, thank you for jumping in there. Ray Ito, thank you for jumping in there. A big thank you to Spencer's Mental Health Copay. Whoever contributed to Spencer's Mental Health Copay, thank you so much for doing that. That is... my God, there has never been a time that was needed more than ever. I will say it's been quiet awfully lately. I had a talk with Travis Shaddix not too terribly long ago, and looks like he got that situation situated. And so, I don't know. Maybe this is the bat signal that he's going to end up. I'm sure someone's going to end up DMing him on Facebook and be like, "They're fucking talking about you. They've raised $250 for St. Jude to cover your mental health copay."
Maybe, just maybe now, Matt, theoretically, what if his aberration is due to some kind of a brain tumor? I mean, you never know.
You never know. And if that is the case, by God, who would take care of him? And this is the great thing about it is that regardless of how much of an absolute insane person he's been to me and Dr. Shaddix and a few others, St. Jude would 100% take care of him. You know why? Because again, they are the greatest institution in the world. The only way that they are able to continue doing what they do, which is saving fucking lives. Saving fucking lives of who? Children. And we're not talking about someone who's 89 years old and has lived a full life and they get the bad luck of cancer, which is still terrible in and of itself. I know I do not want to lessen that by any stretch of means of the imagination. But think about it. how many of us listening right now are fathers? And think about someone that you have brought into this world developing something that you have no control over, and you do not know what to do. You have nowhere to turn. You don't know who to talk to about this. You get inundated with just shit tons of information of what you got to do and how to handle this and how to handle that and what to do with this. But what none of it really prepares you for is the mental fucking fuckery and anguish and turmoil that comes along with it. And I can't even begin to fathom what that must be like. And but you know what, if there's any glimmer of hope that can be had through such devastating news, that would be the news that St. Jude is out there, and that they will bring you into their system and provide world renowned, world leading care in your absolute darkest moment of existence that one may ever experience, and be that light at the end of the tunnel. And they're able to do that because of the contributions that come in through things that we do like this, right? And things that other people around the world do. Of course, there's St. Jude Marathon, all types of runs that occur. If anyone who's ever been through Memphis and seen St. Jude, I'm sure you've seen all across the city. The FedEx St. Jude Classic that went around forever. And again, if you've ever been a part of the St. Jude Marathon in Memphis, it's always a big deal to go out there and see all the people that have been touched by it. Again, it permeates through everyone's life that has ever lived a day has been touched by it in some form or fashion. My wife right now, my mother-in-law is actively battling cancer. And again, we have people in our community right now that are active. Miggity is actively battling cancer. I mean, this is very serious. This is a very real thing. My business partner right now, his cousin, just recently diagnosed with the glioblastoma, has 6 kids. And it's just it's gut wrenching of how it all can just unexpectedly turn your life upside down. And but for God's sake, for the kids, man, for the fucking kids, the most innocent of what this world has to offer. Extend a hand for them. If you're of means, by all means, the best place to put your money is with an organization like St. Jude. And just to be clear, none of this money goes to us that we then in turn give to St. Jude. If you notice, the link is directly through St. Jude. This is fundraising.stjude.org. So this goes directly to them. It has no affiliation with us other than that we're just hosting the content that we get to do here. Last year we raised, in 2022, we raised over $9,000. In 2023, we blew through that with over $20,000. And we're going to be able to, we hope to be able to at least meet that or exceed it in the slightest of ways this year. A couple of things that I want to put out there is that there are a lot of companies that will do company matching. And by all means, if do not be afraid to bring that up to your company. A lot of times, it is just something real simple that you can do. Is a form you fill out, and they'll match whatever it is you put up there. And of course, we have our blankets that we are giving away right now that contain our very own nuts. It has our nut sacks on it. As a matter of fact, how many blankets can you order in America right now that have the content creators nutsacks on it? It is a very beautiful nutscaping view of a grass factor blanket. If you want this, what is the donation amount to receive your own custom insignia? Huh?
Yeah, it's $100 or more, and then
$100 or more.
You'll get an email with details on how to get that. So check
Stephen
your email,
Voss
check your
says,
spam or junk.
Stephen Voss says $1,000 to St. Jude for a T-shirt signed by Matt, DeMay, and Ray. Not only will we do a T-shirt that is signed by you, we'll write love letters to you. I'll have everyone in my fucking household write a note to you, Stephen. As a matter of fact, I'd like to spend a little one-on-one time for you if you'd like to do that. In fact, we'd love to have you come on the show and hang out with us. Because that is you talk about putting money where your mouth is. That is not an insignificant amount of money. And what that does for an organization like St. Jude is, again, that gives a child some fucking hope. And so by all means, if you want to do that, you write what you want to do. We'll 100% make that happen. We'll ship it all across, literally from coast to coast on the United States, and we'll make that happen. We will not send it to Canada, though. We will not send it to Canada. That's a joke, Stephen. If you're in Canada, we'll send it to fucking Canada. But until then, we're going to make jokes about Canada. We will not send it to Canada until Canada becomes the 51st state. We'll get that. We'll be done with that. Then we'll make it happen. Santa, tell me, is Trudeau going to allow Canada to become the 51st state of the United States?
Well, Santa doesn't think about states anymore above Tennessee, so it's all just one white mass. I'm pretty sure the south part of the United States will be its own thing. I don't know what history says about that, but we're going to give it a shot next year. I've had a few requests, but we'll try that.
Hey, Matt. Breaking news: Stephen Voss went ahead and put his wallet where his mouth was. So,
holy
Well, you
shit.
tell Steven Santa's going to climb down his chimney this year.
Oh God, Eric Sands did too. Eric, my God, seriously, Steven, Eric, thank you, both of you gentlemen. I mean, God, we got to do something great for both those guys. That is 100% unbelievable. And I'm just going to read off some of the names here of people that are able to do this. Again, Eric Sands, Stephen Bosch, Sean Smith, Jesse Bousquet, Spencer's Mental Health Copay, such a clutch one there. Ray, who's right here next to us, fuck cancer. Isn't that right? Absolutely 100% fuck cancer in every which way imaginable. Mike McMiniman, I got it right that time. Timmy, the Girthquake. The Girthquake. That's the best name ever. Louis Y, Matt Cincy, Michael Chaley. Michael Chaley's hanging around back there. I'm making Canada jokes, and Michael Chaley's back there.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Matt.
Hey, Michael Chaley, what is going on in Canada right now? I haven't seen your name in a couple of days. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're feeling all right, Michael. Jordan Farmer, Brady S., Jacob Morissette, again, Louis Y., Telly Coleman, TK, Ben Brinkman, Aldo, Will, and Ron Henry's white crusty Tate. Just doing big things. It's just, look, no matter how hard you try, man, you just get some good ones that come along. Again, this is We Care Lawn Care. This is our yearly give back to it. Again, we've raised over $4,500. Don't forget that you can approach your employers and ask them to match your contributions, and a lot of times they will. And we'll just see what ends up coming from it. But again, we're off to a great start here. Mike Chaley said it's a shit show up there. Don't worry, Mike. We can always send Santa up there. If you we can put a good word in for Santa. We can send him up there and make sure it turns things around in the great white hope of Canada. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there again. If
Santa's going to heat this up, we need to get some more money in this pot.
Oh,
Let's get this going, boys.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's get it.
Here we go.
Let's get this going, boys.
Santa sips this whiskey. Santa sipping whiskey.
One time that he ended up under a desk after that, but no. Listen, Santa, I have a question for you.
Santa got the diabetes.
Who's been the baddest lawn care YouTuber this year? Who was the top of your naughty list as a lawn care YouTuber?
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Santa used to say it was his dad, Steven, but, his content's kind of fallen off a cliff lately. He was out deer hunting live the other day, and, then there's Uncle Al giving us the old repeat on the St. Aug crabgrass. But, I think the live show with Captain Ron is still Santa's go-to hate on hate on hate. A lot of bad advice in there. But there's a lot of buy my shit. So, we'll go with that.
Ron had a bad. Ron had a bad. That's true.
Ron had a bad year.
I mean, Santa, have you ever seen?
Very much so.
Have you ever seen? You probably have to shop in bulk, right, for holidays and stuff like that. The elves don't make everything. We get it. It's a globalist society now, whether you like it or not. So you go buy.
Yeah, we Amazon next day it from the North Pole.
Now, if somebody was going to offer you a 3 to 5% discount, on an order of an item that was, say, $70, is it even worth your fucking time? No, it's not. So, hey, anybody that saved that 3 or 5% with Ron Henry, Santa, don't you think they should take that money that they put back in their pocket, that measly little sum, which, again, in great numbers, of all the people that have been worked over and rubed by old Ron Henry, there's got to be a couple hundred of them out there. If they all had $3 left over after they saved themselves 3% on some bullshit headway G, they've got some money to put back into it, right? We get 100 people in here that got robbed by Ron. We can make $300 right now. How about it? If you bought
Well,
something
old
from Ron,
Santa got robbed by Ron once too with his master class, and Santa failed. He didn't quite pass the last test. But I would
well,
agree, May. If you got that 3% back, let's give that to Saint Jude.
how about we do that to St. Jude? And you know what? Any of the money that Ron, told you about of how to go to the upholstery cleaner and get your tuck chair cleaned off or something like that, get that money over to St. Jude. You don't need to spend it on that upholstery cleaning. Nobody cares about that chair anyway, except for your wife, making sure that you're sitting in it, okay? So please, if you have the means, by all means, please, St. Jude, look at that, 8225, guys. We are going to soar past 10K here very quickly, and I think we're going to bust through 15 before it's all said and done. No problem.
Yeah. So again, if you did not hear that, we just blew through $8,000 on this that we have already raised for St. Jude. Again, we just ask for all of you that are in your, what do you call it? All your Facebook face crack groups and all that stuff that you do. By all means, share the stream with them and ask people to put their money where their mouth is. Look, we get it. We are assholes. We're not scumbags, but we are 100% assholes. We are dicks. We get on here, and we're not the kindest people. But the reason why we do this is to show that behind all of this, that somewhere deep in our dark fucking souls, we have there is a glimmer of hope, and we do care about people, and we care about organizations that can make an absolute undeniable difference, and that is with St. Jude. For those of you who don't see right here in the comments, Miggity just commented that I got to keep my shit together here. Again, 45 days in the hospital so far, then 2 months of a recovery at home, but I'm still kicking, you motherfuckers. And I absolutely love to hear that Miggity is fighting his own battle with cancer right now, and it's unbelievable. I'll never forget. I got an email from him that said, he was getting his shit together because he was about to undergo a bone marrow transplant as part of his treatment options. And he said that it's just part of his plan in here. He wanted to go ahead and prepay for a year of our Patreon, so he have access to content to listen to while he was in the hospital. And man, when I read that, I almost fucking vomited. To be honest, it hit me in the gut so hard I almost threw up. And we were all in our group chat, me, DeMay, and Ryan, and Jay Pink, and we were in that group chat. And we were just like, if you had a camera on all of us in that a specific moment, I think every one of us would have had our jaws on the floor and probably some tissues in the corner of our eyes. And it was hilarious. Everybody just jumped in and was like, absolutely not. You will not do that. And again, thank you for fucking finding humor and value in the bullshit that we talk about up here, because you are actually the one that's putting in the work, Miggity. And so, I hope that when we do this, that, this ends up in, that we're doing this for people like you that have been hit with something that is so unfortunate. And I absolutely hate that you have to go through this, but do understand that it's people like you that do, bring a little bit of color back to our dark black hearts that we have. And so please, keep up your good fight. Keep doing what you have to do. Look, Telly Coleman is right here in the chat. DK said, tell Telly he can lick my cat. I think that's some Sammy, I heard you, baby. Yeah, I'll catch you afterwards. I think my wife just yelled the same thing at me. But Telly is another one here in our chat that has fought the good fight of cancer more than once, and is still here to talk about it. And Telly's a veteran. And I'm not even going to speculate on how it happened, but Telly told me something that was pretty interesting, that a lot of the guys that he served with came down with a very similar type of cancer. And again, he not only put his life on the line to defend our freedoms and our great country that we have, the greatest fucking country on earth, but he also, as part of that fight, he also had to endure the battle of cancer. And he came out on the other side for it. And that these are the types of people like Miggity, people like Telly, people like Sean Smith. Those of you who don't know, Sean Smith has had to deal with his own. I cannot talk about it. I'm going to cry. But I had to have their own fights, and it's when we hear stories like that, it reminds us that we are the fortunate ones, and if there's anything we can do to give back, it starts right here by giving back to St. Jude, someone who can actually do something about this. Again, because it is us. For anyone that donates over $100, you're going to get a link, and you will get your very own nutscaping blanket. You will get your very own nutscaping that will have our testicles. Oh, look at this.
Who doesn't want to sleep under your nuts? I tell you what, that just sounds great.
I mean, hey, listen, here's the real fact of the matter, Santa. Who doesn't want to explain to their significant other, their loved one, that, hey, my male friends from the internet sent me a very soft, cuddly blanket with their testicles on it for me to have as a gift? I mean, that story tells itself. You don't need to explain anything, And the qualifier here, guys and gals, folks, is that, the story is over when you say, well, listen, I got it as a gift because I donated to St. Jude. If you try to explain it any other way, it sounds fucking awful. It sounds like your yard bro, right? I mean, it sounds really, really, really bad. But if you say, hey, it's for the kids, it's for St. Jude, you're in good shape.
JPing, you listed a URL here. Is this? Okay. Okay.
No. That's something. Thank you for saying that. I forgot to go back to it.
I was like, oh my God. Well, boys, on the back end here, it is getting absolutely wild right now. I don't know what's even happening right now. TK said, defend that ugly ass grass. That's right, TK. You have to understand that you enter a new threshold of grass with the acquisition of a permagreen. There are shades of green out there in equipment that you're going to see. You're going to hear like steel green. You'll hear. You don't even want to go the route of the yellow. That is a what is the other one that's yellow, yellow and black? What is it's? I can't even remember. They steel green put them out of Z spray. Yeah, damn, steel green put them out of business. But again, we've got lime green, or do you want to go? We have fuck cancer and fuck Telly Coleman too.
That was TK did that one. She did it for $1.69 more than TK did. Or sorry, than Telly did.
Oh, Telly's been slinging grass for my dad again. Oh, Bermuda
Jeez.
Doc, I bet. What's Telly? How's that going with you and old Bermuda Doc, my pappy? Is you still slinging Yukon for him? Just put it in the chat. And let me know. Give Santa an update.
I thought this would be an interesting conversation if these two hooked up, because I'm sure that Santa tried to drop off that permagreen at Telly's house for Christmas, but he just couldn't. And I thought if anybody was going to coach, Santa, who I'm sure runs into this problem quite frequently of, trying to get a large thing into a small orifice, who better than Telly Coleman, who has had to accommodate some large things into some small places over the years. I mean,
yeah, well,
Telly,
when Santa needs to get to the chopper, he calls Telly.
Let me tell you what, it's not a lifeline that's hanging down from the chopper, okay?
I mean, if we were nutscaping on a blanket, I don't think Telly's would fit. So it's a good thing we didn't put them on there this year. I've heard. Santa doesn't know for a fact, but he's heard. He's heard. Just saying.
I'm just saying, you don't want to pull up on Telly's collective. I'm just saying, they're something's going to happen.
Man, on the back end here, we have some really strange things going. This is super exciting. I hate y'all and permagreen and that worm things in my tree. The bagworms. That's right. I forgot y'all
The
had
bag,
bagworms.
yeah. TK had bagworms, and she literally asked me on air in a video. She said, "Ray, what the fuck is this?" I remember that.
We just got another $100 from Telecomet, but it is Teabag TK is her name. It sounds like TK, you are going to be getting your very own nutscaping blanket this year. And so I don't know. We'll check with the graphic designers and see if we can do a true to color testicle match. And I don't know. We might see, maybe if we get 3 sets of Telly's testicles on it,
There's
then we can
enough
call that.
blanket to fit 3 of Telly's testicles on it.
That might be a little bit of
That'll
a
make it that
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a
Damn it.
problem.
Even if we get a partial
saying.
on there, if we can get a partial on there, then
just,
then
just
maybe
one, on each blanket, 3
You're
different
like Sean
blankets.
Williams.
bring some good feelings there. That's a good point. And Eric the Lawn Nut said, "Where is Driver?" And as a matter of fact, I think we should probably go ahead and go all in on getting Driver on here. As a matter of fact, so I'm gonna put out the bat signal right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, typing 100 words a minute there. We got it. Captain Nuts
Where's
Driver?
Santa's gonna have to change his underwear if Driver's coming on this show.
Santa, what was your bourbon of choice this year? I'm real curious. Going down the whistle there.
You know, Santa's been drinking a lot of the Rebel this year. Reminds him of his youth. It's an excellent seek out, boys.
That actually sounds like a good. If I've tried the Rebel. Is Rebel the new weeded? Is it weeded, or am I thinking of a different one?
Oh yeah, Santa's a huge fan of the weeded bourbons. If you know Santa, you know what his premium bourbon of choice is. But this has been his daily driver this year.
And this is the daily driver. Yeah, this is a good one here. I'm going to throw those up so we can show this off. For those of you that are looking for bourbon suggestions here, we can always rely on Santa to let us know what the good bourbon du jours are. I will say, for those of you that like weeded bourbons, I'm a big fan of Larceny. Larceny is probably my number one go-to. If you like the high density, high octane shit, you can check out Larceny Barrel Proof. Those are both weeded bourbons. Of course, you can do your Wellers, or, if you're one of those people, you can do the Pappies. But for a daily driver, I will say this is a good one. What is particularly interesting about this, and so personally, this is me personally, I am a fan, and I think this is because I used to be a smoker. I used to be a cigarette smoker, and so I like the things that are bitey. I like to be kicked in the back of my throat when I drink things, right? And the same thing is like when I smoked, it was all about the throat kick when you were smoking. And for me, Rebel is one of the ones that is, it doesn't burn the tongue so much, but it's a little bitey in the throat. And that's why I particularly like it. So it's a fun one. It's a fun one. I meant to get to this. I'm glad you actually asked again. Jeremiah Kendrick said, on most herbicides, do you lower your pH about 4 or 5, then add AMS? You can, and you also asked about using vinegar to drop your pH. The active ingredient in vinegar is acetic acid. It is an organic acid. It's a mild acid. So yeah, absolutely, you can use that to buffer your pH. If you're using vinegar, though, typically the concentration is going to be like 5%. So you may have to add quite a significant amount of vinegar to bring the pH down. If you want to use less, like you want to get into where you're only using like an ounce or so, you can use the cleaning vinegar, which is typically going to be somewhere around like 20%. So higher concentration there. If you hate yourself and your olfactory system, then you can find things like glacial acetic acid, which I'm not going to recommend you do that. Do not find glacial acetic acid. But if you did, you're talking about probably just adding drops to it, and you would be fine there. But again, if you uncap glacial acetic acid, do not breathe. You probably want to uncap it under a vent hood, because it will absolutely melt your sinuses so fast that you won't know what to do. Update from DeMay there said we are over $10,000. For those who don't know, we are over $10,000 that we have raised for St. Jude. Again, I can't
to add to that, Jeremiah.
What this?
To add to that,
go ahead.
Jeremiah. If you're planning on adding AMS is an example of a buffer, and it'll automatically drop your pH down to 5.5. So you won't even need to mess around with vinegar or other acids if you choose to add some AMS. And normal concentration to apply is 17 pounds per 100 gallons, or the equivalent thereof. And that is why spray grade AMS often comes in 51-pound bags, because that bag size is intended to load spray tanks that are calibrated in multiples of 300 gallons. So a 300-gallon spray tank, 600-gallon spray tank, or the big dude 1,500-gallon spray tank.
So I'm going on in the background here.
Okay,
I'm gonna go
mileage,
ahead. We'll talk about this publicly right here. Oh, citric acid. Talk on this.
Citric acid is another option, but you need to be careful with citric, because citric can lower your final solution pH down to 3. And I need to make a little note about lowering pH beyond 5.5, in that a lot of your herbicides will either freebase off of their amine or salt formulation that they were formulated as, or they will directly hydrolyze if you get your pH under 5.5. Caution. Chemistry is complicated. Yeah, be very careful about that, because the thing about making a herbicide its free base formulation or free acid formulation is that once you get it to be a free acid, guess what? It is no longer mixable or soluble in water. So you might not want to do that. Just saying.
Yeah. Old Matt Martin used to freebase back in the old days when he lived in the hood in Memphis, but I don't think that's what we're talking about here.
Used to. Well, they did. They started putting fentanyl in my freebase, and they stole the party from me, dickheads.
That was a good time.
It doesn't make. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? That is the most fucking Kentucky thing I have ever heard in the entire world. Slipping fentanyl in the freebase. Make it make sense. Just real quick, I want to point out that we are over $10,000 now, and we'll go ahead and we'll bring this up on air. A gentleman, so for Steven there, he sent us an email, and he said, BNR shirt, anything will do. I'm thinking we do since he hit the 1K mark. Let's do a custom shirt for him that we all sign. I'll play around in some graphic areas, and we'll make it fun. I'm not going to list on here what the topic he cited. We'll save that for a surprise. But I think we do that. We'll have that made.
This is the one. This is the BNR one that he, I think, referenced is the Fight Club themed one.
Oh, okay. If that's the one you want, Steven, or do you want us to make one for you?
Well,
what if we do both?
I'm saying if you wanted to make them have a baby, if there was a way, this is one. This was an option.
It's getting awkward in here, boys. 3 men can't make a baby.
I know.
If you had,
It's 2024. They can do anything they want to, Santa.
if you had,
Oh, this is that she, them, they stuff, isn't it? I tell you what.
Caesar, Santa, Caesar. Don't
that
don't mess
blanket
that
on the
up.
back of your couch. You're walking in the house, right into the living room. That blanket's laid over the couch, and it just says "real nice and gentle" in that script. Get fucked. I mean, you can take it a lot of different ways, but that's a custom blanket we want to make. Just I mean, listen, if you have a solicitor that comes to the door, you don't have to ignore it anymore. You can literally just open up the door, point to the couch, solicitor goes on his way. Your wife, your significant other, comes into the room and says, "Hey, what would you like to do today?" And you can just point at the couch and say, "I'd like to get fucked." I mean, there's a lot of uses for something like that. A lot of things you can do with it. I think you should consider it.
It's a conversation starter. It'd be like, yeah, hey, welcome in. This is my nutscaping blanket here. Three of my buddies' balls are right there in the open. You give it to your pets. Dogs love to sniff balls, right? You just have our testicles right there. Let your dog go ham on it.
That would be amazing if there was a picture of one of these that gets out in the open and there's a dog going up there and either licking or sniffing these balls. Dude, I will pay fucking money. I don't care if you stage it. I can totally see Phoebe painting one of these nuts with, Jif or Peter Pan just to set the photo up. Look at this thing. Tell me that
is amazing.
Santa, if you came down the chimney and there was a house and, it's kind of dark, faintly lit, just the glow of the Christmas tree, and you saw a blanket like this laying across the couch, what's your first inclination? What are you thinking?
Well, Santa's he's gonna skip the cookies and pucker up and get back up that chimney as fast as possible because somebody's packing heat.
It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like what was that, Pulp Fiction, where they say to get the gimp, something like that, right?
Yeah. Santa's a big fan of the Royale with cheese.
And you gotta watch your cholesterol now.
Well, Santa doesn't have to worry about things like that. He just takes a little bit of that Celsius and just washes it down with some glyphosate, and everything cleans out just fine.
Speaking of people who drink chemicals, how is our boy, the pest and lawn Genja, doing? We haven't heard a lot from him lately. We're worried about him. After that exposure event where he drank all that stuff, that glyphosate on air, and he's made some really dumb videos after that. So we're worried. All the glyphosate zealots, I think, are worried about cancer and all these diseases. I think it's more like a brain-eating amoeba. Here's a guy that was completely exposed to it, drank it, and now here his fucking brain is rotting from the inside out. Santa, tell me it's not true. Say it ain't so.
Well, the reality is he's just a chat GPT imagination. There's no chance he's on the take from all the robot companies in China. And we all know how Santa feels about China. So, it's really cutting into the industry from China. So, I'm pretty sure that Ninja Jinja, redheaded, whatever in Utah, that he but he'll be all right. He just got to do his thing, whatever it is he's doing. Just keep sniffing it out of the bottle, and he'll be fine. Just crack it open and get a whiff of that glyphosate, and just let it. Although he has trouble, figuring out what types of grass are. There was a famous video where he thought, St. Og was Bermuda was zoysia or something. Santa forgives him.
Santa forgives him for that? Man, I remember that episode quite clearly because, what was it? He mistook zoysia grass for Bermuda. And
he mistook a lot of things.
Well, and he did something ultra naughty. He was in Hawaii in, I believe, September or October of 2020. Super naughty. I mean, that deserves an entire trainload of coal.
Well, he probably brought the vid to the island anyway, so it's fine. It was getting there one way or the other.
Real quick, I was going to take a look, and I noticed we had Santa himself has donated to our campaign. We have now raised over $10,000. We are over $10,000 right now. We are the third highest grossing fundraiser that is active for St. Jude as we speak. So we have crossed that threshold. But I notice here Santa has given a donation. It says Santa is going to cut off Yard Bra's chimney. That is that's a hell of a take there by Santa. And Santa, I gotta say, especially since we are doing an episode here that would ultimately benefit children, I also agree that your efforts there to cut off Yarbrough's chimney is actually giving back to the children.
Yeah, we're doing everybody a favor in the neighborhood. I think DeMay's the one that told Santa about old Yard Bra.
Well,
But, Santa hasn't been able to make the after show in a while, so y'all tell me about how great he is. I'm sure he's a real character amongst the characters.
I'll run it down here for you. He puts out some questionable lawn-care content. He's been featured a few times on Joe Knows Turf. But what his real unredeeming and infamous quality is that he is a convicted sex offender. In fact, I was going to make mention of this because we just purchased another one that I'll share with you in just a moment. It's in the chat already, but we have a long-standing policy here on the show, Santa, of capturing URLs, that are hot before they become hot. We're like ground floor IPO URL guys. So, unfortunately for Yardbra, he did not lock down www.yardbra. That's YARDBRAH.com. And so, unfortunately, now when you go to that, or fortunately, if you're, a card-carrying member of actual society and not a piece of shit scumbag motherfucker, you can go to www.yardbra.com, and it'll redirect here to you about Yardbra's, well, I wouldn't even call them misdeeds. I would call them terrible fucking actions by a human being. So that's Jeffrey Mendoza, Yardbra, right there. But if you want to go watch some questionable dumb shit YouTube content with him in it, you can go check out his YouTube channel. I believe we had nothing to do with it. I promise we had nothing to do with it. But there were letters sent to all of his neighbors. I don't know what came of that. I don't know what came of that. However,
yeah, I don't know.
So that's Yardbra. But fortunately, another URL that we became aware of here recently that is now redirecting to our St. Jude gift donation page is www.robbedbyron.com, and we'll be flashing that all here as soon as the show's over. We'll flash this over. So, listen, if you had anywhere from $40 to $100 to spend on some dumb ass fucking product that Ron recommended to you, that probably, let's be honest, it didn't work because you didn't know how to use it. It didn't work because you used it at the wrong time. You took bad advice from a bad person. Listen, you fucked up. You trusted Ron. It's okay. We're here to tell you that instead of spending that next $70 to fix whatever you fucked up already, just get yourself some seed. Come talk on our show. We'll answer your questions for free. We'll get you going in the right direction. But take that other $70 that we're going to spend on the next product to unfuck yourself and help these kids out, okay? Your situation's already fucked. There's really nothing that's going to do you any better than sending that money to St. Jude, talking to us, getting some real advice from a real group of people that know how to grow grass instead of some, sleazeball that's just trying to sell you the next big thing off of his highly curated bullshit fucking website. So there's that.
So you're saying Santa should skip the country club and Headway G and give to St. Jude? Got it.
Better use of your money, Santa. Better use of your money for sure.
I'm going to take a quote from Ron and tell you right now, you can give St. Jude all your wallet can handle. Right there.
Do as Santa says. In Ron's honor, we're going to donate another $500 to help St. Jude.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Santa. In the name of Ron Lemon,
I wonder how much Ron would donate. Let's see how much do you think Ron would donate?
I am sure there is someone in the community right now that has an ability, a method somehow to get in touch with Ron Henry, and we're going to ask if you can share the link with them and see what is Ron Henry willing to put into this campaign. Again, this is We Care Lawn Care, because we do care. We do care about kids that are ultimately struck with undoubtedly the most tragic thing that they can be struck with in their innocent lives, and that is cancer. And there is no place on earth like St. Jude. Again, no family receives a bill from St. Jude, not for treatment, not for travel, not for housing, not for food. Because again, there is enough on your plate that you have to manage. And I can't even fathom what parents have to go through with the understanding that their child has been diagnosed with cancer. What a tragic, devastating set of circumstances that must be. But again, there is a glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel, and that glimmer of hope is St. Jude. And I want to throw the statistic out there. Since St. Jude opened more than 50 years ago, the treatments invented at St. Jude have pushed overall childhood cancer survival rates from 20% to more than 80%. That is unfucking fathomable. That is without a doubt a testament to the tenacity of the scientists that are there, to all the families that have been a part of that organization, and to people like you who are willing to give to organizations like St. Jude. There's absolutely nothing like it on the face of this planet, and that kind of improvement of not just quality of life, but also longevity, and in giving kids who have been just, again, struck with something that is just 100% so unfair, an opportunity to be able to live out their lives. And so here it is. It's your opportunity right here. You can do it multiple ways. We've got a link in the chat that you can go to, or you can use one of our fun ones like robbed by Ron.com. Again, we're going to ask if you're beings, please help the children. Don't help us. We don't need shit from you. We're broken. There is no redemption here. But we've got Santa. We've got Santa who's willing to cut off Yardbraw's chimney for this. We have Santa Sean. We have Sean Smith. And we have Sean Smith for Captain Ron. We have Spencer's mental health copay. We have the Girthquake. We have Big Boy, Big Balls. What more can TK ask for? We have Fuck Cancer and Fuck Telly Coleman. We have Ron Henry's white crusty taint that is going here. We have raised over $11,000. This is not go to us. This link is not putting money in our pocket that we then give to St. Jude. This goes directly to St. Jude. We just have fun with it while we're doing this. So again, thank you to everyone that's contributed, and we're gonna keep it on here. Again, we're trying to hit $15,000. We hit $9,000 in 2022 last year. We hit over $20,000, and right now we're sitting at over $11,000. A couple of things I want to put out there is that you can easily take what you give and bring it to your employer, and a lot of times they will match your contribution. So do not be afraid to ask for that. Simply, they'll give you a form, you fill it out, and boom, they will send a check directly to St. Jude. And again, because this is not about helping us, this is about helping people that actually deserve help. We do not deserve help. We don't deserve shit. But what we at least can do in our efforts of being undeserving is give back to those that do deserve, and that starts with children, without a doubt. Guys, I was just going to bring it up real quick. I noticed he is back. DeMay, you shared this, and it got me. So I'm gonna put this up, and I figured we could just talk about this here for a little bit here. This blog post and this tweet. So first off, for those of you who don't know, there is a guy I got into a Twitter war with not too terribly long ago, who was he's a big regenerative lawn care guy, and he went on this tangent about how data that demonstrated conventional fertilizers increasing soil organic carbon and a couple other metrics, yield, all that fun stuff, went on a tangent and was saying that the studies that are cited were not looking at it as broad, so that we were using a set of industry standard quantifications to determine the efficacy of conventional fertilizers. But if we expanded our mind and considered alternative variables that are not scientifically proven, then we might see the value in the regenerative practices he talked about. For example, making your own compost teas and spraying those out there as if they're going to make a gigantic difference. But also, come to find out he's applying 400 or 500 pounds of compost at a time and not adding that to his NPK calculus when he does. Anyway, so I got into a big Twitter war. You can go see that over at Twitter. My handle's the Grass Factor over there. But he's back, and he wrote a blog post. And what I realized is that this guy's entire life revolves around the answers that ChatGPT spits out. He has no original thoughts. It is simply input ChatGPT, output ChatGPT, copy, paste. And there is nothing short with his latest post here. His latest post is Bridging the Divide, Regenerative versus Conventional Soil Practices. Now, there was something spectacular that I read here that absolutely blew my mind. So, in how it starts here, it says conventional approaches argue that nutrient sufficiency in synthetic fertilizers are the cornerstone of productivity. So we're going to make that real clear. Conventional approaches that nutrient sufficiency in synthetic fertilizers are the cornerstone of productivity. So here's the thing. Nutrient sufficiency is the cornerstone of productivity. That is one thing that science has been able to demonstrate over and over and over and over. The easiest way of getting there at scale is with a synthetic fertilizer. And that is non-debatable. If we did it all through organic means, the amount of land that would be required to get there, the amount of land that would be required to get it there would simply not account for the amount of life that we have on the planet. So in order to meet that degree of productivity, which feeds the amount of life that we have on the planet, would require synthetic fertilizers in lieu of organic fertilizers, which would that alone eat up the amount of land we need for the productivity. So do you see, it just, no matter if you want your own 5-acre garden in your backyard that you manage, or you can have your own 100 acres that you do with regenerative ag practices, 100%. But adopting this at scale is not practical because of the land requirement. So anyway, I just wanted to pull this up and talk about that. Now, as we get down to the turf grass quality as a metric. Now, JP, this section is going to be down here a little bit. It's one of my favorite things I've read here. It said, critics argue that the quality of turf grass, defined as color, density, and growth, is primarily determined by nutrient sufficiency. While this might be true in the short term, it oversimplifies plant health and ignores critical factors like soil structure, water infiltration, and root depth. Okay. I want to make this point here. Turf grass quality is nothing more than color, density, and growth. If it was soil quality, then we could pay attention to critical factors like soil structure, water infiltration, and root resistance. But we are not measuring soil quality as a metric when we're measuring turf grass quality. So what we have here is we have ChatGPT, probably the free version, that is putting together the most big-brained argument that it possibly can for the garbage inputted by Stengel's Enviro Lawn Care here, to try and come up with some sort of justification in the best way a language learning model can. So it's a computer trying to logic itself into the input that Stengel here has inputted. And so what we're left with is something that is just absolutely big-brained bullshit. And so again, regenerative systems reduce the need for synthetic inputs, cutting costs, and minimizing environmental impact. It's debatable. Again, there's published data about that. Regenerative lawn care focuses on soil health. Lawn care improves root depth, reduces compaction, increases drought and disease resistance. Again, that's debatable. That is certainly not replicable at any scale across the consensus of tests that have been performed. But what's fed from the language learning model is exactly what we see here. So kudos to this guy for getting all this hoopla to get posted on ChatGPT and throw it up on his website like he's an expert. I personally, DeMay, am going to fight with him. And so what I'm actually going to do right now is that I'm going to quote tweet. I'm going to say, instead of arguing soil health should be a factor of, I'm going to say soil health. Yeah, soil quality should be used to quantify turf grass quality. Put your excess brain and dollar power into We Care Lawn Care. Contribute to St. Jude at this link. So hopefully, in keeping this argument going here, we'll come at it with something that will actually make a difference, and instead of just blowing a whole bunch of hot stink, then we'll get them going on the St. Jude war-a-thon here. We'll see how that works out. We've got Mr. Robot says a $500 bounty to get Timmy Bluegrass to call in. I think I can make this happen. J Pink, can you get me a phone number? Oh wait, J Pink is over here texting me. I gotta see what's going on.
We can just call him. We can just wake him up.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, we'll just call him.
People on the good list.
Yeah, Santa's a huge fan of the old Timmy.
Timmy is one of the absolute greats, and that is without a doubt. I just realized what you. Why is why I didn't hear it? I'm connected to my Bluetooth, and I shouldn't be. All right, and turn that off. Cool. Everybody's. Yes.
Your call has been forwarded to the person
Hang on.
is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Timmy, we've got $500 riding on the line. I'm texting you right now. Please.
Yo, what's going on, Matt?
No! The bait and switch. What are you doing, Timmy?
There? Oh, just hanging out. What's happening, bro? Sorry, I'm not there. I left Aldo money. Did Aldo not post my money? Did he take it and spend it on weed?
He actually put it all into a Twitch streamer, and we're trying to figure out how to get that back. He says it was an accident.
Man, we're screwed.
Gilly
was it
said
like
it was
like
typical.
a meme coin from the Haktua girl or something like that?
It's actually a left-leaning OnlyFans model.
He put it on an 85 Riesling and he drank it all.
That doesn't sound like Aldo. No.
It was on a Buchanan flavored Don Julio. I'd never seen it before.
That would be closer, or some like real expensive weed. That would be it, like the bee's knees of weed. I don't know enough about weed to even explain what it would be. So
I don't either. Aldo, you'll have to use ChatGPT to write us up your favorite weed varieties. I'm curious. Maybe we can throw that on.
Just get
Timmy,
CC to Google it, baby.
Timmy, so you have been in the hot sauce space here for a little while. Talk to us. What's Timmy got cooking in the kitchen in the hot sauce flavors?
So yeah, there'll be some hot sauces in the mail on January 6th, actually, for a certain small group of people. I have this garden in my backyard, and I made, I think, 7 sauces this year. So ranging from there's a sauce named after James, the LW50 sauce, which is like a jerk style peach flavored sauce, kind of like Jamaica meets Atlanta, if you will. There's the pizza sauce, which is meant to augment shitty pizza. That is a classic that I've been making for about 10 years. What else is there? There's a second jerk sauce, like a smoked jerk sauce, Usain Jolt. What else do we have this year?
Santa's still waiting on his
really
Red Bull
spicy one.
sauce.
We got some real spicy ones that are kind of coming down the pipe. There's a couple. Oh, there's a Maryland style Old Bay sauce that's fucking banging. That one is great. There's something else I can't think of. I don't know why I can't think of it. But yeah, there's a variety of sauces that are out there. They're all well branded. They got labels. There's a website, and there's no business at all. It is just love for the family.
So Timmy, when you decide to commercialize this, and you probably can with the
I
arrival.
don't think I can. Dude, the hot sauce space, Matt, has got to be like more saturated than like the fertilizer space. Like that is like, I don't think there's a business opportunity there. I don't know. Maybe you tell me, sir.
I think there is. I think there is with
Well,
the silver tongue you have, Timmy. I think it all comes down to branding, and I think you can brand this into existence. And you know what? We'll do your part. I tell you what we will do is that we will elect you as an unpaid sponsor, and you will be the sponsor of our show, and we will do our best to get your name out there, and it will probably make the difference for like one sale. You might get one sale out of it, but it's us doing our
there's
part.
also a major problem that I'm growing these peppers in containers in my backyard. So like the amount of sauces that exist is essentially minuscule. Like 8 bottles out of like a batch is like very successful. So the sales proposition is a little iffy, sir, a little iffy, but we do have some solid branding. So it's named after Tom and Martha Jefferson, founding father, and his wife, who people might not realize, but she was a butcher. She brewed beer. She was a chef. I mean, this woman, she got it in. She didn't live too long, but she got it in. So, yeah, the branding is there. We got AI image labels that are fucking hilarious. I mean, the whole thing is very overdone. I mean, you know me, Matt. So overdone is like my middle name. So they're great. That the imaging is great. There's not enough of it to go around. To be 100% honest, I wanted to send it to like 1,000 more people, but I literally didn't have enough.
So, Timmy, this is what I think. I think this, when we talk about scaling this, right, you're doing container grows. But if you really want to maximize your output on a container grows, have you ever heard of regenerative agriculture?
I mean, are we gonna start talking about like permaculture here or something like that, or are we going on some hippie I mean, we're gonna get into biodynamics. I mean, like where are we headed here, Matt Martin?
Timmy's gonna be pooping in buckets.
I mean, when does the biochar talk start? That's like really what I came here for was biochar.
Let's bring it back. Make biochar great again.
That's right. And so this is actually what we're going to do, Timmy, is we are going to make biochar out of the horn of a bull, and we're going to bury the biochar in a jar at the northwest corner. And this is horn of bull biochar at the northwest corner of your container. And maybe we have to get some small ones and sort those out among the containers. But I guarantee you there's going to be at least a 300% increase in your yield there. So you're talking about, I mean, I'm doing quick math here.
I'm thinking,
it sounds like 499
my garden.
more
Can we
bottles.
bury it in like East Memphis or something like that? Like I feel like there's some more some more interesting places we could bury this.
Maybe we could bury it at Baltimore's public school headquarters, wherever that is. I don't know.
I mean, it might help the kids read. You know, I don't know. It couldn't do it. It couldn't get any worse. It literally could not get any worse. So.
Word of the day: biochar. Oh, Sorry,
Word
or
of the
spelling
day,
bee.
prophesy.
All missed it. All missed it. Well,
Matt
thank you for
Martin,
taking the
boys,
time.
I love
Huh?
you. I gotta get out of here. I love you very much. I
Yes,
hope
yes.
this night
Thank you
goes
so much,
well.
Tim.
I hope Aldo posts my money, and I love you. And Happy New Year. We'll be in touch.
Love you too, Timmy. Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself,
There
boys.
it is. Mr. Robot, somehow, some way, we got it done. We got it done. Right now, we are knocking on heaven's door of $12,000 right now. Again, why are we doing this? We have Santa on, we have Timmy on, and we're doing this because this is our We Care Lawn Care segment. And this is our time where we normally act like dick bags and we give back. We give back to a foundation that does nothing but selflessly saves lives. Again, for people that go to St. Jude, which is the last option you talk about this is the moment they have that they for once get to feel a moment of reprieve as they enter the absolute fight of their lifetime. A family never receives a bill from St. Jude, not for treatment, travel, housing, or food. And it's because of things like this, right? And this is why we do it every year. Again, in 2022, 2 years ago, we raised $9,000. In 2023, we raised $20,000. We've already blown through our $9,000. We're trying to hit to 15 this year. We understand there's a lot of economic uncertainty. And so we're asking for what we can. We are through $12,000 right now. We are through 12,000. We're trying to get to 15. We are $2,500 short. Let's see if you can help us get there. Again, St. Jude, with their inventions, has pushed the childhood cancer survival rate from 20% to more than 80% over the last 50 years. Again, and I want everyone to think about all the people we have in our own community right now that are actively fighting cancer or have recently beat cancer. Again, Telly Coleman is one of those. Miggity, who is undergoing treatment right now. Again, it touches everybody in every which way imaginable. And yeah, it's 100% incredible what that place does. And we are so glad that we get to do this for them every year, even though that means I have to offload some boron every now and again. Let's see. What else do we have on the agenda here? Do you think? Oh man,
Got a couple calls we can make.
We got a couple calls to make. No, let's make some calls. See what we've got on.
Vamp, for just 30 seconds, and I can get. We'll start off with Ben. He was first in the hopper there.
Ben
We'll him up.
So, Santa, YouTuber, lawn care YouTuber, newcomer. We've got several different options out there. I don't know if Lawn Lover classifies. I think he was in last year, but we got our hopes, our betting hopes, a gentleman named DIY Lawn Coach. Now, Santa, have you ever needed to be coached on how to take care of your lawn with a pole? Have you ever thought about it? Consider not just get sent or pick them up in your underwear, but coached.
I don't think Santa's ever been coached on his lawn, but this sounds fascinating. Every year brings one new nutcase to the nut job lawn care industry on YouTube's, and I guess he's added himself to the mix. Although Santa has been enjoying the old Travis Shattuck show lately, I tell you what, that guy's got Santa switched to urea and only urea on Thursdays and Fridays. I think we'll be saving a lot of money and giving to St. Jude this year by just applying urea. That's what the science says.
It's absurd.
I don't know that that's good for anybody's pocketbook but Santa's.
I'll tell you what, that's a good call. It's sort of the dichotomy of the newcomers of the year. You got Travis Shattuck on one side. Dr. Shattuck, a dear friend of the show, has done a lot of good. He's built up a good subscriber base. He's trying to get people to see things from a different light. Done all that. And then you got DIY Island Coach, and then you've got guys not.
Oh.
There he is, Ben Brinkman.
Ben Brinkman. What are you
go
doing?
for Santa?
What's that, Santa?
Your go. Tell me your problems. I got the solution.
Well, Santa, I need some more time in my day. What do you have for me?
Oh, that's easy. You should be applying Milo at night. It's a slow release, so it'll save you time in the future. Plus, it's not going to break down, so you're dormant applying now for the entire year. Paint it black until the snow melts, and you'll be good.
Why didn't I think
Take
about
that.
that?
Yep,
Thank you,
yep.
Santa.
Yeah, Santa's a smart one.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Ben, what did you do for Christmas? What did you get for Christmas? Let's see what's going on in Ben Brinkman's world.
So I got a 10 unit and I got a massage gun.
Wait, you got a tanning unit?
No, TENS. TENS.
What is that?
A TENS.
You put it on your tank. It goes on the tank.
No.
No, it's an
No.
electrical. It's electrical rehab. Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Whoa.
electrical rehab.
You got a STEM machine? What the fuck did you get this for?
Why?
An injury that I encountered while lifting. So I did a little therapy.
So you are you're self-prescribing a little stim, little shock, and let me ask: do you think you actually pulled was it your pec?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. No, because
Banter?
it went away rather quickly. So I think I would have been worse off if I did.
Did you do any needling to it? Did you do any TB 500 needling to it?
No. Just the massage gun and the electrical pulse.
What kind of massage gun did you get?
Yeah.
I got a Bob and Brad massage gun.
You got a Bob and Tom
both of these
massage gun?
Bob and Brad. Yep, both of them. Highly recommended by our one and only Jesse Bousquet.
Of course, the fucking old guy knows the appropriate massage. Look at this thing. Is this like the new Hitachi wand of Gen Z? They don't even fucking know. Those kids never even had a corded wand before in their life. Now look at these things. I think that looks like it can put off more action than my fucking 10 millimeter. I'm going to go ahead and go out there and say it. That's a weapon. Let's start the call,
the heated and cooling head on that thing is nice.
It's heated and cooling?
Oh yeah.
Dog. That is absolutely insane. Hey, let me ask you, what would happen if you put it to my testicles here on this blanket?
I have no idea. It might burn it up.
That's what the cooling's head for. We just set it on ice cold and let that some bitch just ride till we try to start a real house fire actually out of it. That's pretty incredible. Did you go anywhere for Christmas? Did y'all hang out at the house? How was the weather? Did you? I know you're technically in the southern state, but was it cold?
No, it was like 40s and 50s, but it like rained all week. It was pretty crummy weather for Christmas. But my parents live a couple hours north, and we went up there Christmas Day, and then came back that night, and then had some parties over the past couple days. So,
oh, you had some parties, did
all
you?
of our Christmases are wrapped up. Oh, just family parties.
What'd you drink at the family parties?
You know me, Matt. I'm going on 2 years alcohol free. So
My man!
just Propel for me.
Just prepare. Hey, right here, brother, right here.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I'm going to shotgun this right now. I am 100% going to shotgun this right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this. So we're at $12,500. We need $2,500 to go for someone to throw in an additional donation. I'm going to shotgun it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here we go.
Look at him.
Done. Killed it. But don't
Matt,
worry.
quick
I got
question
more
for
where
you.
that came from. When we're ready,
Quick question for
ready,
you.
I'll do it.
Quick question for
right.
you, Matt. Matt,
Sure.
quick question for you.
Mhm.
Which artificially sweetened water did you give me back in Louisville that night?
That was Prime.
Okay, and just to let you know, that didn't feel very good for me. Because
It had all the potassium in it. That's why I thought you would be good with it. It's like loaded
No.
with potassium.
no, problem
Potassium's
is the
a
artificial
scam.
sweet. No, it's because of the artificial sweeteners.
That
You
is
see,
crazy. I don't even know which one is
I'm complete-
in Prime.
No, because,
Do you know
because I'm
Ben?
completely artificial. No, because I'm completely artificial sweetener free, Matt. Completely. No artificial sweeteners.
Got him.
I mean that's policy for me.
So it is sweetened with sucralose.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
It's like those sugar-free gummy bears.
Yeah, because you see, guys, if I'm going to do something sweet, it's real sugar. Otherwise, it's highly purified RO water or black coffee made with highly purified RO water.
Ben, do you know what the artificial sweetener in Propel is?
Ooh, I don't.
Me neither. Oh, wait, I see it right here. I was looking at the label and I can't read my eyes. Sucralose. It is sucralose as well. Mm-hmm.
That's yep.
Let me ask you this, Ben. How many Propels can you drink in a day?
Ooh, probably too many.
I know.
If that's a thing. We do the packets a lot. Just mix it with water. But yeah, probably. Oh man, would a gallon be too much?
No. I'm probably at about a gallon. I drink a shitload of whatever it is I drink. It doesn't matter if it's Natty Light, Bud Heavy, Bud Ice, Steel Reserve. You name it.
Reserve. That's going deep.
That's
I bet
know
Matt
what's
drinks
bad?
a Southpaw.
when you open
PBR.
this is Santa, I call this muscle memory. When you open a Steel Reserve and you can smell cocaine and it's nowhere near you, that's you've gone way too deep. That is no good. I learned that
Smells
trick
like the
in
streets of Memphis.
Actually, I learned it in Oxford. I learned it while I was at Ole Miss.
Oh well, that makes a lot of sense.
Just saying.
Suddenly adds up.
This is the strangest St. Jude-a-thon I think that has ever occurred. We've got Freemason, we've got Steel Reserve, gallons of artificial sweetener. I don't
So
know.
what did you get for Christmas, Matt?
For the kids.
Good question. I got COVID for Christmas.
Oh,
I'm
well.
kidding. No, I'm kidding. Actually, that was everyone else in my family but me. Oddly, somehow. My wife is still listening. She didn't freak out with me eating the balls off the blanket earlier. My dear wife is dealing with COVID right now. Everyone in my family got it. Mom and dad too. But I got, what did I get? I got a bunch of clothes, like just shit, like practical shit that I needed.
That's good.
Some shoes, but really the big thing for me, and I hate to say that, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm a sappy motherfucker, and so for me, I just wanted to make sure that my kids and my wife, that we could all get together with my parents. My parents live in Florida now. My dad recently retired, so they moved down there, and so we got to go hang out with them, and that was a ton of fun. And it's interesting now as a parent, because when I was a kid, I was convinced my parents didn't know shit. And now that I'm a parent, I realize my parents knew way more of what the fuck they were doing than I do, and I don't know shit. And so it's this weird full circle. And I was like, no. Y'all weren't the dumb ones. I'm the fucking dumb one. Oh my God. It all makes sense now. And so for me, it's kind of addicting to be around them, because I pick up these little nuggets of wisdom that, I heard in my youth that, of course, went in one ear and out the other, but now I can kind of replay. And then the other thing, too, is that if I ever feel like an abject failure and I'm around them and I talk about situations and how I handle it, with the kids, or just things the kids do that, internally I may be having my own dialogue about, my parents will just start laughing at it, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, that's so funny." I'm like, "Is it funny? Is it funny?" Because I'm really fucking stressed over this. They're like, "No, that is hilarious. That is so funny. They are so funny. I don't know why you're upset over that." I'm like, "All right, fair enough." It's a bit of a sanity reality check, but it's like therapy. I'll just put it like that. I got therapy for Christmas, Ben, because I'm psychotic.
That's good. That's good. Everybody needs a little bit of help, Matt.
Yeah, I might need more than being offered out there. I'm not going to say. I'm sweating now. Oh God. I'm just kidding. Interestingly, look, I got a fun fact. I am wearing a shirt right now. This is wrong.
Is that a medium you're wearing? Is that a medium?
It is not. It's an extra large, but it's from Japan, so it's an extra large. This is the character called Donkey from Japan with Kuromi, the Mrs. Kuromi, and this is Donkey from Japan. So Don Quixote are these popular stores in Japan, and my wife and kids got this for me when they were in Japan. So I'm wearing it tonight, and I've got this blanket in my lap, and I got to say, this blanket is so warm. It's abnormally warm, and I think it's abnormally warm because I think if you look closely, you can see the hair on the testicles. If you just hold it right in the light, do you see the hair on the balls?
Oh man.
That is why this is so warm. It's a second coat. Like this is a down blanket. It is full of down feathers because you see it? It has down feathers built into it. This is a good warm testicle blanket. Boy, we've really knocked it out of the park here. Just given a heads up here, we have a matching donor here. We have a $1,500 match that has come through as part of this. Again, you can do the same thing too. This is the reason why we're doing this whole thing is we're doing it for St. Jude. We've raised $12,500. We just raised another $1,500 that's going through matching. We're at $14,000 right now, and so we need another 1,000 to get there to our goal. If you're of means, by all means, please, if you can, we are trying to get down. We're trying to get there. So we're doing the math on it because that is a corporate donation, and it looks like we just hit $14,967. We hit $14,967. We are inching closer little by little here. My God, again, I can't thank each and every one of you enough. We do this. Dave came in with $1,000 there. Again, look, with Steven, with Dave, with Eric Sands, we got to do something special for these guys, especially Dave. We got to do something special for Dave. Speaking of Dave, did you catch the freebasing conversation earlier? Or Dave, did you catch it when I talked about when you open a can of Steel Reserve and somewhere in the back of your brain you can yeah, you know you know what I'm talking. Dave knows what I'm talking. Anyway, so we're almost there. We're asking you, if you're of means, help us get us there. Help us get to the $15,000 finish line, because we're doing this for the kids. Ben, I gotta ask you one more thing. Where are you originally from?
Old Monroe,
Shut the
Missouri.
fuck up, Ben. Every damn time we have you in here, you take over the that's it again. That's total inside baseball there. I'm sorry I had to do that to you. But really, where are you from?
Old Monroe, Missouri.
Who?
If you so St. Louis, go 45 minutes northwest. And,
northwest of St.
little
I thought that was
town of-
Illinois.
Yeah, northwest of St. Louis.
I guess northeast would be Illinois. Is that
Yeah.
is that farmland? Aren't you southwest of St.
Oh,
Louis
yeah.
now?
Correct. I'm a couple hours south.
What are you doing in that small ass town you live in?
Right now?
Yeah, like why are you in that small ass town? You're in like farm country, aren't you?
There's farms up and down the interstate here, but the town I'm in now is probably 10,000, if I had to guess.
That's a small ass town. Did you just want to live in a
well,
rural area?
I mean, I came from a town of 250 people, so it's a booming city, really. No, it's where my wife works and where we want to raise our kids. So it's a good place to be.
Well, shit, I hear you. And Ben, in a roundabout way, what kind of work do you do?
So I work for a bank, and I work with payment systems. So debit and credit cards. If you want to know the intricacies of how they work, I can tell you.
So
you say OnlyFans? Pretty sure he said credit transactions on OnlyFans. That explains the small town in Missouri.
Wasn't that teacher from Missouri?
Yeah.
Ben is like, how did I get myself on this side of the conversation?
No, I wasn't quite sure what Santa said there.
Oh, he said OnlyFans.
Oh, OnlyFans. No, I do not participate in that.
Do you help your the institution's customers hide their OnlyFans statements?
Negative.
Negative.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're trying to feed you some business, because I'm fairly sure Driver is in a hot pickle right now where he uses debit card and it is showing, and that joint account is coming back to bite him in the ass.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah, that's hey, Driver, that's what you get. You should stop doing that.
Yeah,
you should stop doing that.
He needs to talk to Coach Freeze about those cell phones. He'll help him sort out how to keep that a secret.
It's funny. He couldn't get it done at Briarcrest High School. Couldn't get it done at Ole Miss either. It's funny how that happens. He just carried the Memphis with him right on over to Ole Miss. And boy, did he let his freak flag fly. Ben, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. And if there's ever anything we can do for you, please come back on. You do not ever have to shut the fuck up, as a matter of fact. We love to hear your voice, and we love you. Thank you for all you do. Get fucked!
Well, thank you for putting this on. Appreciate it.
100%. Thank you, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Big Ben right there. Coming high. Again, we are at $14,967. We are trying to get, our goal is another $33. Another $33. We are trying to get there. If you're of means, by all means. Is there anyone else on our list that we're to call?
Yeah. It's Telly. So he volunteered to let Santa
Oh, we
yell at
got
him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Santa loves Telly. He's a good guy. He's been in cahoots with my dad for years.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Hey, Telly.
Merry Christmas,
Hey,
Telly Coleman.
friends. Hey, y'all better be
Hey,
saying
TK.
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 Merry
Yay.
Christmas.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good. We're calling. TK, there's something we need to talk about.
What you need, baby? What you need?
We gotta talk about the condition of your yard.
Uh-oh.
Can somebody talk about the condition of my yard? Because it makes me want to call the Ron guy or somebody. I don't even know. 'Cause my yard looks pretty bad, and I don't understand why.
It doesn't look bad. It's just a bad color right now.
The shit is brown and everybody else's grass is green. And if we're going to spend all this money on the damn grass, I'm going to need that shit to be green. I need to walk outside to be like, my shit look better than your shit, but that's not what's going on.
So
It's called rye.
Telly. And TK, so we have Santa here, and Santa
Hey,
knows
Santa.
Santa
Hey, TK.
Santa is going to give you the tips for how to green all year long is no problem. There's a trick
Easy.
to it, permagreen. And
But
so
before Santa gets started, though,
permagreen.
don't nobody tell me shit about a permagreen. Because if I can't keep my damn yard green, I'm not paying thousands of dollars for no permagreen. Just gonna tell you that right now.
It is possible, but there's only one way to get it there, and I'll let Santa tell you how to do it. And
Yeah,
you may
TK,
not
you're
want to hear this,
yeah,
TK,
yeah,
but this
yeah,
is it.
yeah. TK, you're gonna need a permagreen, and in the permagreen,
Damn y'all.
You're gonna paint the yard green with the permagreen. It's easy. It's like half an ounce of food coloring and then like 20 gallons of water. You just go over it twice. It's an easy video. The lawn tools did it a couple of times. It's no problem. You got this under control.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to change my mind, and maybe I'm going to look at a farmer green. Where's J Pink? J Pink, can you pull up Timu for me right quick and let me see what I can find on there? Because I'm sure I can get me a permagreen, a permagrew, or something from Timu.
Oh, the old permagrew. You're really hurting my heart from my boy Telly.
I miss y'all. I miss y'all so much. I miss the convention, but I'm going to be there this year or, 2025, whatever, because I done started drinking for the new year already. But I'm going to be there in 2025. Me and the girls, where my girls at, we're going to be there, and we're going to rock y'all's world. Y'all ain't going to know.
Oh, she's going to be a bagworm?
I know, right? Is that not the best outfit ever? I'm going to be that little funky-ass worm that was in the tree. I am. Cool. I am. But I'm going to be a cute, sexy little worm with it's like a worm snail because he's got his whole house on his back. Like, I haven't seen anything like that before.
TK, how'd you kill those bagworms? Was it a pressure sprayer and some Bifin? Was that the order of the day?
Bifin.
You didn't even say it right.
Well, that's what he used. He used that. He used that because he wasn't coming home until them damn worms were dead.
Their bodies are still just hanging there.
It's kind of frightening. It's kind of frightening. I don't even know. Like, I needed counseling after that. I don't even know.
Counseling?
Yeah. Counseling. Them damn worms were scary. Walk outside and I'm standing next to the tree trying to take a picture, do some selfies like the young people be doing and shit. It moved. What do you mean? Like, I ain't never seen it before. Like, what was I supposed to be? Oh my God, it's a worm thing. Yay, me. I was scared. Shoot.
TK, I don't know if you know this, but did you know they're edible?
Oh, yeah. their delicacy.
Oh Lord, no! Don't do it. Tell it. Don't listen. Don't do
if you
it.
would have seen her face just then,
Don't do
and the
it.
face she just gave you on this phone.
See, what I was gonna do was donate some more money to the children. But maybe I'm just gonna get my black dress out for you.
What is Kelly's life insurance policy here? If he gets this permanent,
You know what? It's pretty high. The worms gonna get him, so we will be taken care of, and then maybe me and Santa. I got your number, Santa. I'm gonna be calling you.
You give me a call, TK. I'm just down the road.
Yes, I love me some Santa.
Hey,
but I have a trust, and my life insurance goes to a perma green.
It's gonna be the all black in memoriam model of the permagreen.
I can't.
That's right.
Hey, look, you can TK, look, there's a lot of investments that can be made in lawn care that are unrecuperable, right? But of all the investments that can be made, there are two specifically that will always have an appreciating value. The first one would be a real mower, and then the apex, the one above that, is a permagreen. So, whatever your fears are approaching this, and I understand it's an investment, but you have to understand this is the type of investment that it carries on. It's something that can be passed down. It's a family heirloom, so to speak. But again, it's appreciating in value. It's a lot like a very nice, like a stainless steel Seiko or even a Rolex. We're talking about that kind of category here. Because there's lots of people that maintain lawns, but there's very few people that have a real mode permagreen lawn, and that is, it's timeless and it's evergreen, and it is truly the differentiator between your family and honestly the rest of the world.
Well, I think I will take your words into deep thought and consideration. And, it's a very large investment at this time. So maybe I can take the nuts edge and go pawn them at the pawn shop and see if I can get enough money to buy my husband a permagreen. How much do you think your nuts edge are worth, dear?
In Japan, maybe a lot, because, they like us in Japan.
They do. That is without a doubt. And look, I'm just going to say, if you pawned these nuts right here, without a doubt. In fact, if you call permagreen and you talk to Dan Shiplove, is who you want to talk to, and say, Dan, we've got the Grass Factor's nuts on a blanket here. I'm fairly certain he's going to work a deal with you. He's going to work a deal that you can't say no to, as a matter of fact.
Well, I don't know so much about having and trying to barter with someone else's nuts. I need to use these nuts here, and see what kind of deal I can get.
It'll be free then. I got a lot of them.
But not if they're blue.
Oh, ay. Oh my gosh.
I don't even know what to say. I guess I'm going to live with Santa in the North Pole, I guess. I'll have blue nuts too then.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to freeze them all. The thing is that, hey, look, you can make it back on your taxes with a contribution at WeCareLawnCare.com with our St. Jude-a-thon here. We have just crossed right now with employee matching. We have just crossed 15,000. We have just met our goal. But don't forget, these are tax writable. You can write these off of your taxes, take that money back, put it into a permagreen, and then you too can join the likes of soon to be Telly and TK. And again, it's a family heirloom. It's a statement. It is art that you get to carry with you, and it starts with the tax returns you get right here, because of your contribution to St. Jude. Telly, TK, thank you for coming on and always being so sweet to us. We love you so much, and please,
We
please
love you
come back on
guys
soon.
too. Happy New Year. Love you, Santa.
Bye, guys.
All right, we love you too. All right, so all right, we have hit 15,000. I'm going to ask you, please continue to share. This link is not going to go away anytime soon. Please continue to share this. I know I'm going to send it around my family, and we're going to continue to grow this thing. We're going to blow it out of the water. Real quick, before we go, Ben asked about the things I got for Christmas, and this was you want to talk about absolutely just a tearjerker of a thing. So my daughter wanted to go to Build-A-Bear, and so we go to Build-A-Bear, and she's making this right here, and then as we get around, they're putting things in it or whatever, and then she had to make a birth certificate for this is Cupcake, and then I realized, it said to Matt from Lilia, and it played. Oh, wait, if you can hear that. Play. It said I love you, Daddy.
Oh my
and
goodness.
and just
Oh,
absolutely
man.
ripped it out. And so, again, for me, and what this is, I can't think about what people have to go through when it comes to St. Jude. And again, we have Santa on, and of everyone here, Santa has one hell of a story with St. Jude. And so as we wrap this up, I want to ask Santa if you could tell us about your experience and why St. Jude means so much to you.
Yep. So, for 20 something years, I've been raising money for St. Jude. As a graduate student, I worked at St. Jude doing research in childhood cancers and whatnot. And then, you don't think it's going to hit you. In 2014, I found out that my wife was diagnosed with a glioblastoma, and we had been raising money for St. Jude for years, and that became our charity. And we formed a team in her honor in 2014, and that team still is going strong. We've raised almost $2 million for St. Jude in her honor after she passed away in 2016. It's just such a special place. The fact that the parents don't have to pay a dime at St. Jude is pretty remarkable, because when you're at your lowest, the ability to seek help, to get the quality of care that you get there. I think the latest statistic is like 98% of childhood leukemias have been managed cures, to the point that now a lot of those, because of St. Jude, they can visit a satellite campus because the funding, and they don't even have to go to Memphis. The parents and children can still stay in their homes and be comfortable and get the care that they need. It's just such a remarkable place, and the work that they do there. And from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys doing this. It means a lot. Such a special thing to get to participate. It's always awesome to see the guys rally around this, and how cool is it to see a bunch of crazy old dudes from the internet get together and raise money for a really great cause. And appreciate you guys, love you guys. What a great year, and so glad we hit the goal.
Yep. Thanks, Sean. Again, it's very much real life, and it very much touches a lot of people. And to hear that from Sean, and man, it is just if that doesn't make you want to fucking throw up about it, you're probably not a human. And so, Sean, thank you for always taking the time out to come do this and always being such a big contributor to it. Ryan, especially you and Field Source and everything you do over there. I just wish you nothing but continued success. And Ray, and thank you always for your presence and guidance, and being able to help people out of the shittiest of situations. And hopefully you don't have to continue to do that in your day job anymore, and you can just help people over the internet and engage when you want to, when you don't want to anymore. And then J Pink behind the curtain, again, love you to death and back, again, for keeping this going and keeping us all square and sane and put together. And I'm I'm sorry he had to deal with the Samsung guy, and hopefully all that gets situated. But in all honesty, but those of you that don't know, J Pink doesn't just help us; he helps a lot of people in the YouTube lawn care space behind the scene. Everyone knows it's funny. I was talking to Dr. Shaddix on the phone the other day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I had to talk to J Pink, and he helped me figure it out. I think we got it all sorted out." And it's the fact that he can, he's so selfless in everything he does. And, he's behind the scenes here, but he's very much an integral part of what we do day to day. And so a big special thank you to him. And again, all of our families that allow us to take, time out of our week to do here. Again, my wife, thank you, Asami, for all you do. I love you so much, and my kids. And it absolutely means the world to me to get here and be able to do this. Again, I have a very special place in my heart being from Memphis, having, spent as much time as I did around St. Jude. And it was always a favorite, a field trip destination that we had at my school. It was something we did every year. We always went to St. Jude as part of our field trip. And so, now to be able to, as an adult, to be able to give back, especially with my own kids, and to think about all the families that are aching to build as many memories with their kids as possible, and ultimately, have to be face to face with the reality. Those number of memories they get to build together might be limited, and hopefully St. Jude does give them that opportunity to feel like they will get to make many, many, many more memories to get together. And no parent has to do what any parent should do, and have to bury a child. And St. Jude is that hope that exists for that reason. So again, we are here for that. Again, the link is going to stay live. We Care Lawn Care. Of course, you can go to robbyron.com, because we're assholes. We're not scumbags. Go into these links, they go to this. And so again, thank you all. Don't forget, approach your employers about employee matching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank everybody so fucking much. You'll have a very, very happy new year, and we'll catch y'all after the break, and we're going to continue to burn this motherfucker to the ground. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.